Hey there. Thank you for joining us on the Mornings with Rebecca and Burns after show. I'm Rebecca Carrell, and of course, Don Burns is stuck in St. Croix. It's hard to be Don.
Oh, hard to be Don right
Hard to
now.
be Don right
Stuck in
now.
a tropical paradise.
Yes. And so this is what producer Jay Allen looks like, because you've always wondered what he looks like. And now we have a very special guest with us this morning, and that would be one Bart Millard of MercyMe. How are you, Bart?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We're good. We're really excited you're with us today. And we have so much to talk about because you have a new album that was born out of the pandemic, and we want to get to that. But one of the things we like to do with our guests is play a little game, and you have the opportunity, sir, to win yourself a shiny new nickel. Who doesn't want to win a shiny new nickel?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So, Bart, we're going to play a game pitting you against producer Jay Allen, and it's called Bible Name or Complete Gibberish. So here's
man.
what you
This is not going to end well.
Here's what you have to decide. I'm going to give you a name. It could be a Bible name or it could be complete gibberish. That's up to you to decide. But if you win, I reiterate, a shiny new nickel. Are you ready?
Okay. I think I'm ready.
Okay. And I'm also, just fair warning, everybody, fair warning, friends, I speak fluent gibberish. It's my native
Okay,
tongue.
okay.
She's Italian, so.
Born speaking gibberish. So here we go. All right. Gether. Gether. Is it a Bible name or complete gibberish? Bart, as our guest, you are first.
Could I get the spelling, please?
No, you cannot.
Country of
Use it in a
origin.
sentence.
My name is Gether.
Oh. I have no clue. I'm
50-50 shot.
oh gosh, it's a lot of Old Testament names. I'm gonna say it's gibberish.
Gibberish. Bart says gibberish. Producer Jay.
See, I think you're pulling a fast one on us because I think you just changed one letter, which is
I've been
totally
known.
unfair.
I've been known to do sneakier things than that,
I'm
sir.
going to go with Bart and say gibberish.
You are both wrong.
What?
Oh, yeah. Gether is one of the sons of Aram.
One of the main
okay,
characters.
So Aram's not gibberish either.
Okay. No. But that was a clue. Okay. Name number 2. Jehokabad.
Nah, gibberish.
No, I think I've read that. That's a Bible name.
Gibberish.
What?
It is?
Well, I think so.
Are you pronouncing this right?
I'm pretty sure Jehokabad
Jehokabad.
is straight from the bowels of my imagination, my friend.
Wow. Well, that's a dangerous
Yeah.
place.
Okay. All right. Let's just go one more. What about the name Eber? Bart. Bible name or complete gibberish?
I think that if it was gibberish, you would have come up with something more creative. I'm going with Bible name.
Bible name. Okay. You sure about that?
Nope.
Jay Allen, Bible name or complete gibberish?
Out of desperation to at least get one right, I'm going to say Bible name.
It is a Bible name. Good job, gentlemen.
Oh, nice.
You will have to share the shiny new nickel, but it is yours for the taking and for the sharing. So, Bart, we want to hear about this new album. We understand that you recorded the whole thing during the pandemic when you were shut in.
Yeah, we started the album started the album 2 years and a month ago, 25 months ago. And our first single was Almost Home, which came out a year and a half ago. And so that was supposed to mean the album was coming out right afterwards. And that would have been the spring of 2020. Then the pandemic hit and we kind of shut off all of our touring and just didn't know what was going on, but knew it was a bad time to release an album. So we just kind of sat on it for a little bit and then realized this is going to take a while. So we kind of wiped the slate clean and started writing again. And we wrote about 40 songs over the pandemic. And it's the one thing that kept us sane, I think, was having a job to go to every day. And it's the longest we've ever worked on a record, that's for sure.
Okay, so I want to make sure I heard you correctly. Did you say 40 songs?
Yeah, we wrote 40 songs over the last couple of years. Most of them were during the pandemic, actually.
So I know that people who make their money being around people, which is what music artists like yourself do, I know this was a really challenging time. How, I mean, you go, I imagine you went from a very, very packed schedule to all of a sudden, I can't even go anywhere. So, what was that like for you all, for you and the band?
It was odd at first. We were in the middle of our big spring tour when everything kind of shut down, and at first it was like, what are we doing? How are we going to get through this? And then once we got acclimated to the fact that on some days the most important decision I had to make was what flavor ice cream I was going to eat with my 10-year-old, then I was like, I became okay with it. I know it's been hard for a lot of people, but for us, we've never taken a year off, and and hopefully something like this never happens again. But I've got 5 kids, and so it was amazing to be able to spend so much time with them and not have to worry about what I'm missing or what needs to get done. And we all everything got, we pressed paused on everything, and no one had deadlines or things to go back to. And so it was a pretty cool time for our family. And we just decided there is a fear of what's going to happen next, but at the same time, we're going to take advantage of the time we have together. And songs like Say I Won't came out of that kind of season. If anybody knows anything about us, they know that we've written a few, I guess, funeral songs, if you will. And Say I Won't is all about living and taking advantage of every minute that you have. And because you never know what the future holds. And so I think that attitude certainly kind of came out of everything that we've gone through.
I think so too. And that actually leads me to my next question. I know as an artist, so much of what comes through your pen, so to speak, is what the Lord is speaking to you. What is one of the bigger takeaways you took from this year of, I mean, it wasn't total solitude, but it was a year of calming down, slowing down, being still, taking your time. What was the Lord speaking to you through that season?
You kind of hit on it, was to appreciate and recognize what it means to rest and to literally just be still. And if nothing else, I think I found myself taking stock in what I had around me. I think the part of, for me, maybe it's as a husband, a father, provider, is, I've got to keep doing this stuff. I got to, keep doing my job, if you will. To sit still and to know my family better and to know what's genuinely important and to not, I struggle with living in fear, always have in some way. I think most of us have, but just not letting that consume us and just enjoying the moment.
Okay. Well, producer Jay Allen here told me a little something about your background that I had not known about where you grew up.
Yeah, we actually have something in common. Of course, you grew up you lived in the Greenville area for some time, and actually went to Greenville Christian School for a number of years. And so,
really, so did my kids.
See, I probably went to school with your kids without even knowing it. But maybe not.
I think
maybe
he just called you old. Let's just make sure.
Don't read into this, Rebecca. Trust my intent. No, at least my siblings might have. But yeah, I guess in the Greenville area, now you're in the Nashville area. What do you miss most about being in Texas?
Mexican food, no question. Yeah, I take it back. Tex-Mex. There's a massive difference.
There's a massive difference.
Here, they're like, explain the difference. I was like, well, it's Mexican food with Wolf Brand chili on it. That's what Tex-Mex is. And so, and it makes all the difference in the world. But yes, I miss Mexican food like you wouldn't believe. And we still have so many friends and family in Greenville. We moved here 6 or 7 years ago, but I lived there, born and raised my entire life. And through all the success, we lived there, and so it's definitely home. And before the pandemic, we'd go back, as much as we possibly could. It's January, it had been almost a year, but when we finally got back this past January and were able to have a late Christmas, but yeah, we miss it dearly.
Mhm.
Yeah, Texas is a good state. It's been good to me for sure. So
Absolutely.
what do we have to look forward to from MercyMe in the coming year now that things are, slowly sort of getting back to normal and vaccinations, more people are vaccinated and it's safer to go out. What can we expect?
Yeah, I mean, the album comes out. Let's see, it's April 30th, and we're doing the first thing we've done in a really long time is we're streaming or broadcasting the show that we put together out of our cabin at our studio on Friday night, the 30th. It's like a pay-per-view kind of thing, but I don't know what all the details are. I just know it's Friday night, April 30th, and it's turned out really, really cool. We'll be performing the new record in our studio and telling a bunch of goofy stories and stuff like that. And then we're doing about 12 or 15 minor league ballparks, a tour called Live and Outside, starting the middle of May. And then it's hopefully back to normal by the fall, doing our arena tours is what we're told. So fingers crossed.
Great. Well, we have all the information about your album release party for April 30th, and we'll post all of that on our website. I believe we actually already have. But
Awesome.
yeah, Bart, we're just so excited for all of you. One last question before we let you go. I know pride can be kind of a dirty word in Christian circles, but I do think there's something biblical in taking pride in the work of your hands. What are you most proud of from this latest project?
Oh man. That's a great question. I think I'm most proud of nothing specific other than just the fact that we kind of reset the whole album and started over, and all the guys in the band had the confidence to kind of follow this through. Because once you have an album that's practically done, that's the last thing you want to do is have the guts to start over, thinking that, and realizing that these new songs represented this season and they were more important. The other songs will be heard one day, but I was most proud of just the willingness to kind of step into the unknown and see where this thing takes us. And the payoff has been awesome. It's taken such a long time and so much work. And so it's definitely, for me, it represents a season that I think we're never going to forget. And that's kind of what we wanted to do.
I think that's great. We are really looking forward to the release party Friday night, April 30th. And we are just looking forward to more of MercyMe. So thanks so much for your time today, Bart.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I will mail you your half of the shiny nickel within a week or
Yes.
so. You can just. Okay.
Perfect.
Take care, my friend. Thanks for joining us today.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.